Story 1: The Highway Pursuit. Driving through the desolate Utah highway, Mike, a middle-aged trucker, gripped the wheel of his semi-truck, longing for the warmth of his family awaiting him at home for Christmas. The rhythmic hum of the engine and the monotonous road stretched ahead, creating an illusion of solitude. As darkness settled in, a feeling of unease crept over Mike. Glancing in the rearview mirror, he caught a glimpse of a figure, distorted and unnatural, running alongside the truck. Panic set in as he realized he was being pursued by a skinwalker, a malevolent force from Native American folklore. His heart raced as the creature's grotesque form came into focus, matching the speed of the truck effortlessly. Terrified, Mike glanced at Tiny, his loyal pit bull, who growled at the otherworldly presence outside. In a desperate attempt to escape, Mike accelerated, the tires screeching against the asphalt. The skinwalker persisted, its eyes fixed on its prey. Tiny barked furiously, sensing the imminent danger. Suddenly, the creature lunged at the truck, its elongated limbs scraping against the metal. Tiny leaped to action, barking and snapping at the creature's claws. The skinwalker, startled by the fearless pit bull, retreated into the darkness, its unearthly cries fading away. Relieved but shaken, Mike continued his journey, Tiny at his side, the bond between man and dog stronger than ever. As the first light of Christmas morning approached, they arrived safely home. The encounter with the skinwalker a haunting memory of a nightmarish Christmas Eve. Story 2: The Campsite Confrontation. It was a crisp October evening, and the moon cast an eerie glow over the dense woods as two brothers, Jake and Sam, set up their campsite. The crackling fire provided a false sense of security, masking the shadows that danced around them. Unbeknownst to the brothers, an ancient creature stirred in the darkness, drawn to their vulnerability. As they shared stories around the campfire, a distant howl echoed through the trees, sending shivers down their spines. Laughter turned to uneasy glances as the brothers exchanged nervous looks. A cold wind swept through the forest, extinguishing the fire and leaving them in near complete darkness. Suddenly, a guttural growl echoed from the shadows, freezing them in place. Red eyes glowed in the distance, and a low, menacing snarl pierced the silence. The brothers fumbled for their flashlights, revealing a grotesque creature with elongated limbs and razor-sharp claws. With a primal instinct, they bolted from the campsite, the creature's malicious pursuit close behind. Branches snapped beneath their feet as they sprinted through the twisted labyrinth of trees. Panic set in as they stumbled over roots and rocks, their breaths visible in the cold night air. Just as the creature closed in, they stumbled upon a dilapidated cabin. Desperation fueled their strength as they slammed the door shut, the creature's snarls echoing outside. The brothers huddled in the darkness, praying for dawn to break the creature's hold. The creature was slamming the door with its body, giving everything it had to get to the brothers. At sunrise, the creature's presence vanished, leaving only the echoes of its growls in the brothers' memories. Shaken but alive, they emerged from the cabin, realizing they had narrowly escaped a malevolent force that lurked in the shadows of the October night. Story 3: The Ouija Board Unleashed. Mark, a young man on the cusp of his 20th birthday, received an unexpected gift from his neighbor, an old Ouija board. Intrigued, he gathered his friends for a birthday celebration, unaware of the dark forces he was about to unleash. As they placed their hands on the planchette, the room grew cold, and the atmosphere thickened. The board spelled out cryptic messages, and nervous laughter turned into fearful glances. Unbeknownst to Mark, a demon had been summoned into their midst. Chaos ensued as the room filled with malevolent whispers and unnatural shadows. Mark, realizing the severity of the situation, called his uncle, a respected church pastor. Racing against time, the pastor arrived, a sense of urgency in his eyes. As they gathered in prayer, the room shook with unseen forces. The demon, angered by the attempt to banish it, lashed out with a deafening roar. Mark's uncle, undeterred, recited prayers and expressing, "The power of Christ compels you," over and over, invoking the power of faith. Slowly, the demonic presence weakened, its grip on the room fading. Mark and his friends, now trembling with fear, witnessed as the darkness retreated, leaving them in the safety of the light. The room, once a battleground between the supernatural and the earthly, was now cleansed by the power of faith. Mark's uncle comforted them, reminding them of the dangers that lurked beyond the veil. As they extinguished the candles and closed the Ouija board, a newfound appreciation for the fragility of the boundary between the living and the unknown settled upon them. Survivors of a supernatural ordeal, they were left with a sobering awareness that some doors should remain firmly closed. We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments if you've ever encountered the paranormal. Please click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, there's more to come.